Get some clarity on where you stand on some key policy issues. Energy is a big one. When you were in Congress, you supported the Green New Deal. And in 2019, you said, quote, "There is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking." Fracking, as you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania. Sure. Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah, so thank you.
So would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes, and I've, again, worked on that.
But look, Senator Harris, you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. You yourself said on multiple occasions when you were running for president that you would ban fracking. Joe Biden looked at a supporter in the eye and pointed and said, I guarantee that we will abolish fossil fuels. They have a $2 trillion version of the Green New Deal, Susan, that your newspaper, USA Today, said really wasn't that very different from the original Green New Deal. More taxes, more regulation, banning fracking, abolishing fossil fuel, crushing American energy, and economic surrender to China is a prescription for economic decline.
Mini-Me loves chocolate. Scotty don't.
What? I like chocolate fine.
Scotty do.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very familiar. Hang on, let me do what I do. Would you stop?
How about an hour?
How about a what?
How about an hour?
What do you...
How about an hour?
I don't even...
How about an hour?
Honestly, isn't this...
How about you don't, ladies and gentlemen, Scotty do.
Dr. Evil, perhaps it's time that you finished unveiling your plan.
Yes, thank you, number two. Ladies and gentlemen, my plan is Scotty do.
Oh, come on, you're such a lame ass.
Mini-Me aimait le chocolat bien, hein? Oui, hein? Scotty n'est pas.
Yeah, this is... Oh, so we're just... You know, this is causing me serious psychological harm.
I don't know. Who am I?
Fine. Well, you know what? I would love some chocolate.
Here you go.
Thank you. Perfect.
Heal Mini-Me! Come on!
Now, another area where Kamala is performing spectacular backflips is energy policy and fracking in particular. The Hill and other media outlets are trying to tell us the Vice President will not seek to ban fracking if she's elected president in 2024, but she's on the record saying she wants to ban fracking.
I am committed to passing a Green New Deal, creating clean jobs, and finally putting an end to fracking once and for all. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue.
How important is this issue, particularly in those crucial swing states like Pennsylvania?
Let me think about this. Yeah, really, really important. Yeah, particularly Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is the second largest producer of energy in the country. There are a tremendous amount of jobs tied to it. Additionally, what people really aren't talking about, it's very much a union state, and there's been a serious eroding of union support among the Democratic Party. It was, of course, one of the biggest groups supporting the Democratic Party. You've seen an erosion of that. Trump has made a lot of headway in that. Also, so has J.D. Vance, frankly. It's an issue, of course, around jobs. look, you have to remember that as California Attorney General, Kamala Harris not only backed the banning of fracking, she actually sued the Obama administration for federal fracking off the coast of California. And by the way, also, she was a co-sponsor of the Green New Deal, right? The most radical policy agenda, the greatest expansion of government that we've seen in 100 years in this country. She was a backer. She was a co-sponsor of it. So yeah, that dog ain't gonna hunt when she now is trying to say, hey, I'm not running for president, so yeah, I won't support the banning of fracking. That's just not true. It's not what her history shows. And she will, in fact, do that if she becomes president.
Well, as you said, it's her history. It's not just a position that she formed 5 minutes ago that she can back out of easily. This is in her DNA. This is what she actually believes and positions she's implemented in the past. So I think it's going to be a very hard sell indeed.
Jerry, just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.